Heimdall holds up his hands.
This is Daddy.
What?
What?
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
Yes!
Hey you, welcome to Forge of Lore, where we tell stories through Dungeons and Dragons. Look, I know I keep bringing up the Discord, but that's because it's just such an awesome place. We give sneak peeks at upcoming stuff, even some sneak peeks behind the scenes. You should be there. Do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play some D&D. Roll it. Do you guys remember when you reunited with the Dwarf Bros? Cedric saw his god in person. Gendry called the burn unit. Niph debated leaving the group, and Marcus hit on Cedric's mom hard. After a brutal one-on-one battle between Cedric and his hometown Jarl Ragnvald, Cedric beheaded the village leader in front of everyone. Luckily, it seems the villagers were on Cedric's side, as afterwards, they delivered offerings to his doorstep, asking that he pray for their family members' safety in the upcoming raids. Oscar and Orvar arrived just in time to see the ending, and you spent the day catching them up on everything you've learned. They gave some interesting insight into some of your discoveries, including the fact that the radiant capacitor literally radiates energy, even from a bag of holding. Right there in the name. Weird. That night, Cedric came face to face with his Aesir sponsor Heimdall in person for the first time, rather than just a dream. The god congratulated him on his victory and reassured him that his destiny will be greatness. He also urged you to get to Alfheim to continue your investigation into the group known as the Moondir, a tall order in time of war between the continents. In the morning, you set off with the Dwarf Bros to Groenn Hofn, where you hope to talk to King Talik out of a war with Alfheim, which was instigated by a false flag operation by the Moondir. And that is where our story continues.
Let's do it.
So you're headed out of the of Skald, Cedric's hometown, with Orvar and Oscar in tow. You're on your camels. They end up they walk alongside. I mean, camels, again, they're not speedy. It's more not having to stop and rest, but you're expecting to get there in about a day anyway.
Also, Herm could probably go ahead and carry them.
Just carrying them around? He could.
Mm-hmm. But not the camels. Oscar Orvar.
This is really weird. It's kind of fun, though.
He's super strong. Not as strong as Cedric and Marcus, but he does all right.
Could they hitch a ride on the turtle shell?
Oh my god.
True, they could.
Oh my god. Tossed dwarf salad. Yes.
Wait, no. There's probably still some hard candy.
This feels really inappropriate, but it's kind of fun.
We can tie the turtle shell to the top of the dragon head.
And
you're still just carrying that thing around.
How
the
long
weirdest
do we
card.
carry that thing? It's starting to smell.
I'm going to keep that thing until we take it to a fucking market. That's a gold mine right there. All the teeth in that fucking mouth.
Luckily, you're headed to a large harbor town. Yes, Niph.
Why don't you just take all the teeth out and then...
Because I don't want to risk breaking them. I'm just going to sell the whole fucking thing to someone. I'm
Who
sure they
doesn't
can
want
use
a
the
dragon
brains
skull?
and the fucking scales that are on the skull.
I'm pretty sure the brains have long since, gone icky.
Question.
Yes, Emmy?
Has the dragon cooled down? Like, is it now
yeah.
like... Okay.
Yeah.
And have a bunch of rodents eaten their way through the flesh?
Couple mornings since you wake up to find a couple rats and shoo them away. Little bits and chunks, but they can't really get through the hide much, but they get in the back of the head, like through the neck.
Next time we camp, I'm going to scoop it out.
You're going to have to dress this motherfucker.
Oh, man, you got to make more clothing for the robot for whatever reason.
What am I
You got time. You have no time.
That robot is gonna need some sandals.
Yeah, and some underpants, frankly.
Dragon scale sandals.
It's got a nice hat, though.
Ooh.
Oh my
hula skirt.
god.
Ooh.
He does. He just needs a cape that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
You
unfortunate.
make him like a beard or something?
Oh,
So he can be in disguise.
oh my god,
So
why
we
haven't
wouldn't
I
have
done
a
that?
Double chin.
Yeah, to hide its double chin, because those are hideous, man. You don't want to.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Who wants to roll for travel? You expect to get there probably by morning. Marcus, go ahead.
Yay.
Loves
You had a
rolling.
little something on your nose
11.
there, buddy.
Mhm. I know.
11.
It's all the shit from the Ronos.
Oh, okay.
So as you are heading south of Skald toward Groenn Hofn, I described the area around Skald as more Californian desert, like more shrubbery and plants and plant life, and more rocky than sand. You're starting to see that slow transition to more tropical, like kind of along the coast of California. It has cooled off. Like you guys start to get, it feels weird for most of you. Like most of you have felt it before, but it's been a long time. A cool breeze hits your faces as you're walking or as you're riding your camels. It is incredibly refreshing, and you haven't felt this comfortable since Naglfar.
Niph riding her camel as the cool breeze hits, she's just like,
Exhale
Feels
for
like
the first
home.
time this campaign.
yes. In 10 years.
But as you guys travel on, like I said, the temperature drops to more and more comfortable. It's still very warm, but it is not baking hot.
Right.
But a nice clear day, no sign of storms. No sign of any, like you're riding a road now, and this is a little more traveled than where you have been, especially going from Naglfar to Skald. That was straight through the desert. You are passing multiple, people occasionally going the other way, just traders and mercenaries just going about their business. A couple carts.
Dude, just let it be organic, okay?
Don't rush me.
Just let it happen.
Oh my god!
It seems really weird and confusing at first, but at one point the clouds start to kind of cover a bit, and you feel drops on your arms and your hands, exposed skin on the top of your head as it lightly sprinkles rain. First time most of you have seen that in years.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the hood up on my cloak.
I put the hood down.
Where'd you go, bro? Oh, also
I'm gonna
just
take
a
my
side,
helmet off.
a side statement. For the viewers, that dark spot on our background is not like a storm.
No, that is the
Oh,
Hother
yeah,
that is
to
the
be
Hother.
clear.
over the coast.
Yar.
Lovely
Yeah.
new art and layout, by the way, by our wonderful Emmy.
Oops.
Those words.
Looks beautiful. Thank you so much. But yeah, it is an eventless day. If you guys want to role play, you expect it's a day's travel, night's camp, and then you'll probably get there in morning.
Okay. I'll be ready for camp whenever.
Yeah, I'm
All
ready
right.
for camp.
All right,
Sure, me
so
too.
as it closes the end of the day, Hothering comes as you guys find camp off the beaten path for safety. You find a nice kind of alcove in like a hillside, and the weirdest thing, there's some trees around. and stuff like
Are there
that.
coconuts?
That manage to. There are some palm trees and some coconuts. There's also just some regular deciduous. It's been a long time since.
Probably.
What am I, a fucking botanist? Normal trees. But yeah, you guys make your camp. Anything you want to do?
I'll help Cedric with the dragon. Well,
Sorry about that. Some nice internet hiccups. So yeah, what you guys doing at camp? You, Niph, you said
Cleaning
you're
out
gonna
that
help.
dragon.
You
yeah, I'm
clean out
gonna
the
help
dragon head?
Cedric clean out the
I also
dragon
kind of
head.
want some
Alright.
coconuts.
How
Orvar will
far
help.
away are we from the beach?
I mean, like half a day's travel.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I would
several
like
miles.
to scavenge
All
some
right.
food.
I'm gonna plan my activities accordingly. So
Marcus,
I'd like to
give
find
me
some
a
coconuts and stuff.
survival.
Go shake some trees, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Where's my
All right.
survive? Okay, just a straight roll of
I will
13.
supervise the shaking.
You managed to find some coconuts.
Yes.
Very good.
You managed to kill a moose.
Nice.
I was getting really nice survival checks when we were doing watches, and I was getting stupid rabbits.
Mooses aren't out in the desert, my dude.
Mooses hang out by the beach? I was not aware.
Dude,
Where
this
else are they
beach
supposed to hang out?
Meese?
Yo!
Mises.
Mises?
Yeah, dude, meese.
But yeah, you get enough meat
No.
for days. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna
Tight.
prep it for everybody.
I don't feel weird about it or nothing.
Make a nice dinner spread with,
Oscar will help you with that.
yeah.
Don't spread on my
It's
dinner.
a culinary artist
Oh, you'll like
myself. Nothing spectacular, but I know a few spices.
Some of the
he
braised
pulls
and
out some
coconut
really
milk.
nice spices out of his pack. He's like, this is one I
Nice.
got in
Me too.
phrase. It's a really fucking good. Yeah. Anyone do anything else?
No, I really don't have much to do right now.
All right. Niph and or Cedric, give me
Yes.
survival. One can roll with advantage, or both of you can roll to see how well you kind of clean up this head, empty it out, kind of take the scales off. Do you want to keep the skull, or do you want to go ahead and get all the teeth out and everything?
Oh no, I want to keep the skull.
Okay.
Do you want to roll together, Josh?
I just rolled a 19.
Damn!
Well,
Okay, that's
hell.
better than my 14.
Plus, whatsoever my survival is, plus 2, so only 21.
Ah,
Only 21, no big
That's good.
deal. You make quick work of it, especially with Niph and Orvar's help. You clean it out, kind of empty out the inside, so it's just the skull. You do leave like the scales on, kind of leaving the value up. Don't really damage any of it. You clean it up to where it could be mounted,
Oh.
as a trophy or something. Like you figure it's probably high value.
Nice.
neato.
Anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Anyone doing watches, or Orvar and
Yeah.
Oscar can help. They can split watch, one on each if you want.
I'll take first watch.
All right. Anyone taking second?
I'll take second.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna sleep.
I guess I'll take second, I suppose.
All right. Orvar's like, I'll take first watch with you, Marcus. And
Word, homie.
Oscar's like, when Gendry says he'll take watch, Oscar's like, you got it. All right. So first watch, Marcus, give me perception, and I'll roll for
18.
Orvar's distracted. Quiet night. Nothing really going on. Orvar kind of chilling there with you, seems kind of distracted or whatever. He's kind of prepping all his things. And he just at one point So, what's your story? I mean, when I looked you up, didn't have much other than you were a paladin out the phrase, but what's your whole deal? Got any family?
Used to have family. Long ago.
Sorry to hear that. Know it's like to lose someone.
Before that, I was a soldier.
A soldier?
That's how I learned to fight.
Dare I ask for which side? Were you in Muspelheim or Alfheim?
Oh, I was in Muspelheim at the time. I left Alfheim when I was a child.
Ah. You haven't been back since?
No.
I've been there once, but it was very brief. Nice place.
How long ago?
Oh, this was probably 60, 70 years ago.
I would have only just left 10 years before that.
Oh. Well, it's a nice place. I'd love to see it again someday, but the gods allow. But are you looking forward to maybe revisiting?
Not at all.
Really?
No, I've stayed away because there are people there that want me dead, and I want them dead, so...
That is very relatable. I know what you mean. Well,
maybe if I can find them and kill them, then it'll be a fun time, but other than that, no, I'm pretty sure that I'll be attacked at some point after we get there.
Interesting. Well, hopefully you keep your wits about you. You seem pretty good at what you do. I'm sure you can handle it. Plus, you have friends now. So.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they can watch your back.
When I was just a soldier, I soldiered for 50 plus years, so pretty good at it. And then add the whole paladin thing on.
Yeah. Well, that's quite the story. All right. Well, I hope you get that. It would be nice
vengeance?
to not have to look over your shoulder. I know what that's like.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that's like. I've been doing it ever since I was a child.
Rough times, rough times.
Yeah.
All right.
How about you?
Me? No, I'm from Ganefa, over in the west in Muspelheim. I mean, been a mercenary most of my life, so, nomad.
Preach.
Fighter. Picked up enemies here and there, but most of them saw the end of their lives by my sword, so as far as I know, no one's after me. Who knows? You never be sure, right?
Exactly.
He just kind of unconsciously, paranoidly, looks around.
I still think that we should all be keeping watch for Munadhir trying to find us and kill us again.
Yeah, that's
I'm genuinely surprised it hasn't happened so far.
Me too, actually. They must be, it means one of two things in my experience. Either, you're not really on their radar yet, or they are waiting and plotting. Not sure.
I would count on the plotting part.
Not sure which is better.
Who cares as long as we get to kill them.
Indeed. I look forward to the day. All right. So the shift passes without any interruptions or anything. Sorry, who? Niph and Gendry were taken second?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. And they wake you up and pass on the proverbial torch.
Rad. Perception?
You hear
Yeah, give me
heavy
perception.
snoring.
It's a really loud snore, that one.
Oh, that
Check his
was a natural
sinuses.
2. 7.
I got a 17.
That's better.
Yeah. Quiet shift. Not much happening. Gendry, you see occasionally. It's hard for you to see, but easier because it's a distant light on the road. Like occasionally, like going by nighttime travelers. Pretty normal stuff. Nothing to worry. They never
Sweet.
even pause on the road or anything. They just keep going about their way.
Nice. And while I'm on watch, I'm working on a disguise
Meow.
openly. Yeah, I'm
Josh is
openly
smug.
working on a disguise, and it has like blonde hair. There's, it looks like some kind of muscle suit.
Ooh.
There is, what looks to be like swim trunks, like a bathing suit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just realize what you're doing. All right.
I'm gonna be working on my my drinking horn.
All right.
And continue to carve it out. Still
me,
didn't look up the name of that tool.
Give me Dex plus proficiency. See if you can finish it.
Ooh, are you making a drinking horn out of the dragon?
One of the
And then other
teeth.
than that, I did want
That's
to
cool.
also thumb through those spell books
Sure.
again.
18.
Sorry, what'd you get?
Yes.
18?
18.
You actually managed to finish it out. It's pretty sturdy.
Nice.
Seems to hold liquid just fine. And
I'm
looks
gonna-
pretty freaking cool.
I'm gonna put it away when I'm done with it, but I plan on etching in some runes on the top around the rim
Tight.
as well.
All right.
Nice.
So wait, I missed that first part there, Eric. Are you making bathing suit for Herm?
No,
Oh, that's a
no.
shame.
I'm making my disguise for the coming days.
Good. But I'm gonna make a bathing suit for Herm.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna give him a little burkini.
Yeah. Do it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my god. So,
Yeah.
what do you think about I know you're all like fuck the gods and whatnot, but what do you think about the fact that they seem to be watching us quite closely?
Yeah, well, I mean, it gives me the same feeling as when we were communicating with the Munadir.
Which is it doesn't bother you.
Somehow, some way, they are able to watch us.
Yes.
But I'll tell you this: they're not all-knowing. You know, they're not all-seeing.
Well,
I know for a
It's kind of his
fact. I
thing.
mean, my hands were quicker than one of their eyes, and if that's the case, and I'm just some lowly human.
Well,
You
you're
paused when you said
also
that.
you're also quite adept at what you do. So that's the
True,
thing.
but I wouldn't think. I mean, when you think of godlike,
Mhm.
you know.
You think of
Anyway,
Cedric.
I think it's a matter of perspective, and mine
even
is
thought of-
that they are beings like anyone else, like anything else.
Right, but they're watching us. That's
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And as are the Munadir, which are not gods, as far as we know. Just another group of people,
yes.
and each
that's true.
of them have their own motivations.
Speaking of motivation, really, you could leave at any time. Why don't you? Why are you still here?
Well, I mean, at this point, it seems as though things are moving along fairly quickly, and it seems as though this is the right direction for me to move, at least right now. Any other directions might not get me what I want, or, well, I could potentially take perhaps a faster route it might not pay off quite as well as what we're doing right now. Not to mention, having, if I'm to be blunt, having bodies around me keeps eyes off of me and on you. So
That's true.
I like attention.
What?
Yep, there you go.
What is it that you do want?
Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Are you trying to find...
Right now, I want to understand these books. I want to have my bathing suit ready for beach day.
You want to shut up.
Oh. Hello? And I want, perhaps maybe to not have one conversation eavesdropped by our companion.
I'm not eavesdropping, I'm just omnipotent.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You've given him too much power, Steve.
Yeah,
None of that's canon.
yeah, Steve.
None of it's canon.
You need to lock this shit down. Lock it down.
You shut up.
Wrangling cats over here.
I have Heimdall just sitting there watching you guys for me.
Meow, meow.
Yeah, but in a creepy way.
Yeah, in a very creepy way. Like he's in the bushes slowly jacking it.
Okay, anyway.
Watching you.
Why does it have to be creepy though?
Because it's slow.
Moving on.
It's slow.
Moving on.
Can I tell you what
Never
I
do it slowly.
want?
Sure, Niph, if that's something that you want to do, go ahead.
I mean, you may not care, but honestly, since as long as I can remember, I've only wanted to find the Emir. Only wanted to experiment with their tech. I've only wanted to explore. Does that make sense?
Sure. It's a good as motivator as any.
But
Yeah.
since Jotunfoter, I think that's changed. For me, I think I want to use my knowledge to help, if I can. And ever since Egerd, that bastard, he paid for what he did, and he knows very well what he did. But there are others. Whoever this leader of theirs is, I, more than anything, want her to pay.
Hmm.
Perhaps I should become a paladin with a vengeance.
You don't have to become a paladin to want to seek and have your vengeance.
True, true.
No, but it sure is helpful.
Hmm. Can you hear the ocean? I feel like I can
I
hear
keep
the ocean.
hearing
from here.
something. I need to find a seashell.
It's just
I think
waves
that
of.
might be a
It seems,
stroke.
it seems like waves of stupid. That's what it sounds like.
Well, that's definitely coming from my tent.
You feel like coming off in waves. Oh wait, this
Yeah,
direction.
Mine
Do you feel
is
that?
a steady outsource of, or output of
You're just,
stupidity.
you're just radiating.
It's constant.
Stupidity.
30-foot radius.
Yep.
It's like when an anime character has too much power. The whole screen is like all fuzzy and shit. It's like, so much stupid.
Anyway,
Great.
I think I'm
so-
done with that conversation.
Oh, all right. Yes, I will continue to thumb through these books then.
When did you become interested in magic?
Who said I was?
Well, the book is
Well, you find a
those
slice of
books.
bologna in there.
They're magic, right? The spell casting.
And other things, apparently, I guess. Ooh, it smells now.
Yuck.
You.
Ew.
Well, that was unpleasant. No, the more I seem to see it.
Magic.
You remember when we were assaulting that compound?
Yes.
Which one?
And that that caster was able to hit me unerringly. It was astounding.
Yes.
There was really not much I could do. That gave me pause, and I thought perhaps in some minute way, perhaps I could, if it is something that can be learned, why not? Another tool in the toolbox, so to speak.
We are heading toward my home, I hope. It'll be fun. But my sister, she uses magic, so
perhaps... I would imagine, I guess you can describe it as excited to meet your family. Make some connections.
Oh,
That's us.
Yeah, I haven't really passed through that in my mind palace yet. What we should do.
You have a mind palace.
Yes.
I have like a mind yurt. It's like this small little thing made out of like mud and twigs.
A mind yurt.
So, yeah.
I just have a giant empty space.
Oh, and Hofn in the
Mine's the
center.
trophy room.
I have a dream. It's a dream yurt, not a mud. I mean,
There's a lot of babes in my mind palace.
Not Bodil, though.
Hey guys who are asleep right now, shut it.
Hang on.
How about?
Josh,
Yeah?
did you just get a confused look on your face when I said Bodil?
Oh, no. Stop looking at my screen. I'm not confused.
I was talking to you.
Is Bodil my wife? My 2D wife?
I think wife
The
is
one you
the better
proposed
word.
to, and she was like, please don't.
Josh
That's
hurts
Bodil,
himself
right?
in
Yes.
confusion.
Right.
It's pretty effective.
Wake up with a headache. Yes, Bodil. Yes, my love. She's sitting there with all the babes. She actually brought the babes with her.
She's
cool
holding
as
the
shit,
babes.
dude.
Yes. Every time I
fill
go
my
to
hands
sleep or
with
I go to my
babes.
mind palace.
I fill your hands with babes, you son of a bitch. Like, whoa, damn.
Yes.
You guys run at each other across
All
a
right.
beach.
I'm going to remember that name from now on. It's in,
Sure.
my,
I
it's
bet.
in my big
Yeah,
empty
we'll
mind
see.
palace.
There's going to be a pop quiz later.
Yep.
Bodil.
You should watch the show sometime.
B for bitches. B for Bodil.
Pretty good.
B for Bodil. Bodil is a bitch. I got it.
Yep.
It's up here. It's locked in my mind yurt.
I don't
Not
condone
that type
this.
of bitch, though. She's my bitch.
Whatever.
Anyway,
So, yes, I haven't figured out what we should do if my father is part of the Munathir. I don't know if I would more like to see him dead or get as much information out of him as we can and perhaps infiltrate the Munathir. I don't know. I don't know what's best.
Seeing how it's affecting you, I think maybe the decision shouldn't be placed on your shoulders as to what to do, and perhaps even you should be taken out of the equation, and we should just make the decision.
You should make the decision.
No, I said we.
As in the group should decide whether or not to kill my father.
The royal we.
All right.
But
and
yes.
You're royal?
the
That's
royal
new.
we does mean you.
For all, I mean,
That specifically means like a single individual.
I know that.
No, isn't that
Nope.
like
Does
everybody?
if
what's-
Niph
royal
royal
we
we
means
then it's
me.
like a.
What is the other one? What is the term?
We the people? I have no idea.
We the people? No, it's another.
Anyway.
Anyway,
What
yes.
am I, a language professor? Get out of here.
What am I, an etymologist?
What am I, a botanist? So, yeah, I don't know, if I can let you do that. My father's been a bastard my entire life to me. He's been awful and derogatory and cruel at times, but he is my father.
I mean, but that's exactly what I mean. Someone such as myself, I'm removed.
Right.
I can think about it objectively.
Sure. I'm saying that if you were to think about it objectively and come to the conclusion that he must die, I don't know if I can let you.
Well, then what you're saying is that is not an option.
I don't know. I'm not there now. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can think about it until we get there, or just put it off to the side.
It's a long journey.
Lock up that mind palace. Just lock it in there.
God, I don't...
Either lock it in there or lock it out of there, however that shit works.
I've always been pretty decent at reading people, and with you I have fucking no idea what you're thinking.
Yeah, my yurt doesn't even have a door. It's like a flap.
No, can't get into the yurt.
Yeah, no, you're welcome into the yurt. You can find it. What I'm saying.
Oh, really?
It's not locked.
We're that close, eh? And she kind of gives you a nudge.
I'm saying I'm incapable of locking it because it's a flap.
Oh, I see. And
zippers haven't been invented.
You can't tie that shit down.
I mean, you can try. A strong wind. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like the analogy's getting away.
Listen, this is getting away from me. Can we have like an encounter or something?
We can move on.
Wait, does your bathing suit have a flap?
Ooh.
Anyway. Look at that, morning time.
Consideration.
It's like, look at that, something completely different.
Now for something different.
Moving on.
So, Hothering passes. Glorious morning. You guys wake up, have your breakfast. There's plenty of meat. Anything you want to do before you set out? You figure you get there like late morning?
Okay, so we will be at the beach around late morning.
I mean, you'll be at Groenn Hofn, which is on the coast. It is a city.
Well, I'm wondering, should I wear my bathing suit now or wait until we get there?
Well, you're going to see the king, right?
Wear it now, big boy.
Oh my god.
Marcus?
Let me see the map.
I would like to make sure before we get, to take the antlers off the moose that I killed.
Yeah?
Dude, I want one.
No. I'm gonna put them on.
What do you know?
On a helmet.
I gave you shit for the dragon. I want that stretcher, damn it.
We'll factor in your first survival, and yeah, you managed to get them pretty cleanly off.
All right.
I mean, you don't really know how to attach them.
Are you gonna be a Forsaken?
No.
You have wings.
Yeah, I know. But I want to have armor that's made out of dragon scales as a separate set, and I need something to put on that.
Like a moose head.
Yeah, why not?
What?
Because it matches.
Why not take 2 teeth and make whoop?
Well, back to the Hero Forge drawing board.
Yeah, fucking fuck. Why do you even need a helmet? Just don't even helmet with that one.
What do you think this is? RuPaul's
I wear helmets, it's a thing. Okay.
Drag show over here?
What?
Anyway, we
May
move
the
on.
best Viking win.
I'm fabulous in my new dragon scale armor. Okay?
We all know you will, darling.
You're gonna have to like show it off to us though once you make it.
Oh, please, model.
Oh, please. Girl,
that is I don't think Marcus has ever or will ever do any of those things.
On fleek.
You don't know him.
My dad watched RuPaul one time and he spent the rest of the day calling people bitches.
We watched 2 episodes this morning. Anyway, so you guys, anything to do before you head out?
Nope.
Nope.
You head out.
Nope. I got the cloak on. I got my cloak of
Are you Gendry today?
For right now, yeah.
All right.
You really thought about that so hard.
Yeah, no, I mean
Friendry, I'd appreciate it. Are we friendries?
So you head out
If we're like-
on the road.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
Well, I know that you get mad.
I'm sorry, son. You're gonna have to speak up. What?
I know when you get mad.
Cedric, Jesus.
All right, children.
Come on,
calm
dude.
down.
Wow.
Inside
Classic.
voices.
Well, yeah, I know we're technically outside, but can you use your
the
inside
people
voice?
downstairs are gonna be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up there."
And you're gonna go honk.
Hey.
Yeah, they're gonna go honk.
You're gonna be like, huh?
Oh.
Honk.
Anyways, you get mad when I say your name in public, so what can I call you instead? Because we're going to a big city. Can I call you Friendry?
No, that would be idiotic, as that is basically my name, just the beginning of it is different, so...
That's not idiotic.
Oh, okay, what would you call it then? The smartest
your
thing
name
ever,
from
or...
Shang-Chi to
I call
Sean?
it cute.
Oh, dude.
No, listen, it's Sean, but it's spelled different, so it's fine.
It's like SCHOWEN.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you call me,
Late for dinner.
Shadow...
You guys.
Shadow Master.
That is stupid. That is idiotic.
Well, it's the name. It's the name I was born with. I really don't.
What if I
appreciate
called you
making fun
Shadow
of it.
Blaster? Just blaster shadows.
Hey, Gendry, do you still have any of that cotton?
Cotton? Oh yes, here you go. I actually was
Thank
thinking
you.
about sticking it in. Yep.
All right.
There we go.
Sticks it in our ears.
Let me. Well, let's see if we can. Let's see if she can hear us. Hey, Niph,
She keeps looking forward.
all the sand was destroyed. They've destroyed all of it. All of the
She
sand.
slowly closes
you
her
gonna sleep?
eyes.
Hello.
I like, as we're walking, I get in front of Niph and I look at her. Niph! Like doing a backwards walk.
So
I got something to say to you.
let me join in the backwards walk. I'm like, Cedric, Cedric.
I have thoroughly trained my camel to do so.
Oh God. Cedric, hold on. Let me hop onto your camel.
Fireball.
I'm gonna hop onto your camel behind
I
you,
have something similar.
and I'm like, Cedric, put your arms behind your back, Cedric.
How do you feel about your camels?
No. Niph!
Oh!
Niph!
What?
You guys,
Damn, she can hear us.
you guys ever hear Oscar turning to Orvar and being like, "Do you ever wonder about these guys?" And Orvar says, "All the time."
The point is, I
this
get the
working?
job done, and that's what matters.
Sure you do.
How is this working so far? We don't
So
get
I'm
it.
gonna call you. So the point to that whole conversation, I'm gonna call you Shadow Blaster from now on.
Shadow Master.
Shadow Faster.
That is acceptable, actually. That is acceptable, actually.
At about 10-ish or so in the morning, you guys have been traveling a few hours. It's starting to get kind of hilly and much more vegetation. The sand's kind of starting to change colors a bit into more beachy
Niph,
sand.
wherever are you going to sleep? We have dirt now. Have you ever slept in dirt?
Sighs again.
As you guys come over kind of the tallest hill, you get a peek at Groenn Hofn. An impressive harbor city situated on the coast, surrounded by hills and a large stone wall and deep trench. Ships of all you can see out past it into the ocean. And you see ships of all sizes moving around the harbor, from small fishing boats to massive cargo vessels. Lots of people moving about.
Cedric is going to be very insulting and cause everything a boat. That's a ship. What nice boat you got there.
Oh my god.
It's not nearly as big as Jotunfjordur was, but it is rather large, especially for a desert city. You can see all sorts of the buildings seem to be like predominantly made of wood and stone, thatched roofs, brightly colored trim. See several buildings. You also see one of the most impressive structures up on a hill that on the edge of town, overlooking the city, is a large temple for the gods. And yeah, Orvar and Oscar just kind of take the side in, like, They seem excited, and so what's the plan here? We're just gonna go walk up to the longhouse and ask for Talik, or I don't really know how to talk to Akin.
He'll recognize us.
We have a scroll from Jarl Ragnvold.
That's true, and we have
From
the Jarl's
Hjalmar. That's
we have the
guy,
Jarl's
not Ragnvold.
ring as well. As a sign
Why
of
did he give you a ring?
Well, a good question. Because he trusted me and thought highly of me and gave it to me as a present.
Sense
You stole
motive.
it, didn't you?
Even Cedric is gonna sense motive on that
There
shit.
is no
No,
such
it's
thing
not. It's
as sensing
insight
motive in
check.
D&D. It's called insight. Seriously. Shut it.
Well, I'm gonna sense your motive using insight then. That's what-
Yeah, sense my motive. I dare you.
That's
So,
gonna be a
I
6.
fucking dare you.
Deception versus
I'm
insight.
so good at this, I'm gonna roll 3d20.
I rolled a 17
I got a 6.
plus 2, 19.
Let's see. Orvar will also insight. He got
He rolled a lot.
Probably.
25.
Talking about you.
Oh, well, so I rolled an 18 plus 10.
fuck.
So
28.
Suck it.
Yeah. He just kind of squints at you and. All right.
That seems very unlikely, but I guess I believe you.
I made a friend of the Jarl. And I spent
I
enough
remember
time
you
with
getting
him.
kicked in the nuts.
I'm going to throw this out there. I spent enough time with him that I can and have prepared to disguise myself as him if necessary.
I don't think that will be necessary, but duly
No.
noted. Marcus?
How angry would you be if I cast Zone of Truth on you and then made you tell us the truth?
Well, Zone of Truth does not
You could.
compel them to tell you the truth.
could
They
just
can
not say
say
anything.
nothing. They just can't lie.
Okay,
Listen.
Zone of Truth with a command on top.
All I'm
Good
gonna
luck concentrating on
do
2
is-
spells.
all Gendry would basically say is, listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm gonna lie.
And he just looks away. Yep. Well, I think that we could just go in, honestly, and show them
Just
the,
maybe
the,
not show the ring.
Go
the
see what's up.
scroll. Yes,
All right.
let's do
Command
that.
is not concentrate.
I've never really been here. Me neither. We'll find our way around. All right.
Yeah.
Kicking down doors.
Been here before.
Let's
Are you
go.
coming with us?
Of course.
Oh,
All right.
did you hear that, gang? Marcus has been here before, so he should probably show us around.
It has
No
been
way.
a long time since you've been here.
Have I
Well,
been
yeah.
here?
So-
Because I came from...
How
Probably
You
straight
probably
across.
went via.
Because
I came
I
here
came
a
by
few times
ship.
while I was, being a soldier.
Yeah, it might have been via phrase. That would probably be closer. Yeah. But
So how does the city look technology-wise?
very classical Viking. They don't seem. I mean, you see the usual kind of mixture of like metal and classic architecture, but like you're not seeing big robots or anything. It's not under a giant robot. So that's new.
Well, I mean,
okay.
you haven't given it a chance yet.
doesn't stand
perhaps
out
maybe
as
there is
highly
one.
technical. Marcus?
Can we go to the temple at some point? I would like to see it.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we're gonna
But
be here for a while.
we
They're
definitely
awful
want to
about
go
shit.
talk to Homeboy, right?
Is there like a bank or somewhere where like the money is kept?
Yes, my bank. Your bank is my pocket.
I mean, maybe, but
What?
For real, bro?
Yes.
High five him.
Oh man.
There you go. That's what you wanted, right?
I mean, I imagine there might be a bank, but this is busy city, kings in town. The Gautier are
Right.
going to be everywhere.
Well, we
Right.
should.
Yes, and we are on important business, so
They
let's
got ears?
go.
We're on a mission from
And
Gad.
stuff?
We're on a
Yes.
mission. We're literally on a mission from Gad.
We're on a
Yes,
mission
we
from
should.
Gad.
We should go ahead and
The
get that
gods.
over with before
Yeah, whatever.
I
anything
don't
else.
believe in this monotheistic new age hokum.
Anyway,
Yeah, listen, you just believe in, a few more gods than I do. Which is to say,
He
I
hates
don't
surprises,
believe in any.
Gendry. Just easy.
You're gonna get a big old monotheistic penis in your mouth.
Whoa!
so you guys start heading down the road to toward the kind of main gate. Again, there are large stone walls, bits of metal on them for little pieces. Big trench with a bridge over it for the main road. You're starting to see more and more traffic now, kind of coming and going. Carts,
Any of them look like
travelers.
refugees?
You see, like, by now the refugees have kind of migrated to where they're going to be, but there are some kind of camps outside the wall a bit. Also, you actually see a lot of camps. As you get closer, you start noticing that there are a lot of camps outside the wall. And that's when you start realizing, I'm actually not sure these are refugees. As you get closer, you get a better look at them.
Duh.
That's military.
Yeah.
That is the troops in from all over Muspelheim. And they're camping outside the walls and kind of preparing.
Probably here. You remember?
Marcus,
Can we find Cedric's dad?
can you?
Why? Why?
So then Marcus can challenge him to a
What
duel
the
over your
fuck is
mom.
going on? Can we go talk to Talik?
I'll drown you. I will throw you into the salt water. Have all your armor rusted.
It's a
and then I will
one-on-one
drown
duel,
you.
dude. Don't insult your dad's honor. Come on.
Whoa.
So the architecture is definitely heavily influenced by like classic Norse, many buildings featuring intricate carvings, designs. Streets of the city, narrow and widening as you pass the gates, heavily guarded, by the way. These walls are lined with guards and Gatir. A mixture of troops, like kind of makeshift troops, but you're also starting to see armor that you recognized from Jotunfoder. Different kind of collaring, but the style is the same as the Gatir, the essentially King's Elite Guard. The streets are narrow, winding. Cities kind of interestingly built on multiple levels. Staircases and walkways connecting different sections.
Ooh.
You notice kind of each district, it's not that big, but each little kind of neighborhood has its own kind of unique character and charm. Pretty quick as you guys kind of head deep into the city. Usually the longhouse is kind of at the center of the city, for protection. As you kind of get to the central square, the heart of the city, it is a bustling hub of activity, vibrant market. Air is thick with the smell of spices and perfumes. And at the center of this square is a large metallic statue of a longship breaking a wave, kind of like the front half of it hanging over the wave break.
What kind of metal? Is it like rusty from the salt water nearby?
Give me a perception or investigation.
God.
I had a 1 and then a 3.
19.
So an 8.
It's definitely some sort of metal. There is a bit of rust, but
19
sorry,
for me.
Niph. This seems to be kind of iron or steel. One of my metallurgists. But there are some bits, but you can see that, like, Niph, you would realize that this proximity to the ocean, it definitely would, like, it should have more kind of rust and deterioration than it does, so you imagine it's just well kept. The overlooking the square, as you kind of walk in, on the other side of the statue, you see a large longhouse in the shape of an overturned warship. kind of that smooth top, very long. Hustle and bustle all around the square, including the longhouse. And as you look up, there's like a banner across the longhouse, kind of above the entrance, that says Jotunfoder will be avenged.
Fuck.
In the square, you hear a crier, and then, like I said, all sorts of hustle and bustle around here. As you've been walking through the city, you notice that the Gatir have a new crest. You assume Talik's crest, because new king. The crest is a silhouette of bull horns, but the left one is broken. You remember he has a broken horn. Mm-hmm. Where it's broken, totally a spearhead sticks out. And the horns sprout from crossed bearded axes. You guys, as you enter the market in the central square, you hear a crier, basically a bard, like crying the news. You hear, King Talik has arrived in our fair city to strategize raids on the south. And then you hear like another story. All trade ships have been commandeered by the military. Owners will be compensated. And it just kind of cycles through a couple other kind of pointless stories or whatever, but those are the ones that catch your ears.
All right.
Where are we leaving our camels?
Good question.
We can bring them into the city, right?
Yeah.
Is there a stable master around?
Yeah, we can walk them, and then Herm
can. Yeah, if there are stables, you can do an investigation to ask around, find the stables.
I will. I don't want to carry it around all the time.
I think you're muted, Sam.
That's an 18 plus 1.
I got
Yeah. So less. No, actually, yeah, you do find stables pretty quickly near the entrance, actually.
Okay. We're getting there.
Yeah. So if you want, you can go in and sell the camels, or
no,
we're just gonna put them up for
house them.
Yeah.
I mean, they were free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if we're going to need them.
We got them as, compensation for all the damage we took fighting what's-his-face.
Eggard.
Yeah, whoever.
I'm going to keep my camel. I'm just going to have Herm, keep hold of the reins. He's unable to be surprised by anyone, and he's pretty capable. I'm going to trust him with mine.
The rest of you want to hit up the stables?
I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave my
I guess, sure.
I'm gonna leave my turtle shell on the camel as well, but I'm bringing the dragon head.
All right.
To the king? You're just gonna
there is the market right there.
Yeah, that's where
on the way to the king. So you very quickly and easily find Drasil Stables. As you go in, there's
How do you spell that?
Drasil. Drasil Stables. As you go in, there is a male furbolg, middle-aged, that is behind the desk. He looks up and he says, "Welcome, my name is Dunn. How can I help you?"
Hello, friend.
Hello. How can I help you? Are you looking to buy horses or?
Stable some camels.
All right, we can certainly. How many?
3.
3? He kind of opens a book, checks it. It's a bit cramped right now because of all the troops coming in, but we could probably squeeze them in, possibly literally. Yeah, we can handle that. We charge for that right now. We charge 3 gold a day per animal, and that includes feeding and watering and taking care of them.
Indeed. Good deal.
How long do we plan on staying here?
Yeah, do you know how long?
No.
We're probably planning on getting a ship.
What about, would you be willing to buy the animals?
We can. If you're looking to sell, we can certainly come up with a price. Obviously, high demand. So, you know, if you're interested, sure.
How much?
Yes, I might be, yes.
Maybe.
I'm right now, we have our camels, he kind of looks out and, you know, checks on the camels, and he says, we could probably buy these for 40 gold a piece.
No.
You can remember, because it's been a while since you've like shopped, you can haggle if you want.
Well, you know, this one, and I point towards mine, has rocket legs.
Rocket legs? What the
And it
fuck
poops,
is that
it poops
mean?
diamonds.
Yes, so it makes it so that it's as fast as a horse.
All
but
right.
has the longevity
I
and
just wanna
stamina
line
of a
up.
camel.
I would do an
Wow.
insight, but being a camel expert and having eyeballs, I can see that's not true, but
Well, no, I'm saying that it's very fast, not that it has literal rocket legs.
all right.
that would be ridiculous to say.
Flashback to like we can get rocket boots for an elephant.
Yep.
I remember. Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
Yay.
Or deception? Because he's lying.
Well, we'll
I got
just call it a
a
haggle roll.
15 plus 10.
25.
It's a 24.
I mean,
No.
if it's as good, it does seem in good health. If it's as good as you say it, we could probably do 60 gold for that one.
Let me think about it sold.
All right, 60 gold. Are your guys is good, or like are theirs as fast as well?
No,
or
I'm not
as
selling
sturdy?
mine.
Yeah, let me grab you the keys. I don't know where I put the title.
It's in the glove box. Lift the tail.
Ah, yes. Let me get my let me get my lanyard and let me get
I don't
this.
even want to know
and-
what you call the glove box.
Here you go. There you
Just
go.
lift the
Right
tail,
here.
access the glove box. Cedric, what are you doing?
No. I
I'll
thought
try to
that's
put my
the trunk.
gloves. I'm going to give him. So first, I'm going to ask. So if I house it for a week, but I'm not here for the full week, do I get my money back?
Basically, up front, for you know, holding on to them up front, it'll be 1 day, so 3 gold. And then when you return, we'll total up how long it's been, and you, in order to get your camel back, we'll charge you the rest.
Oh, so if he
let's do
doesn't
that.
pay, you just keep the camel? That's a good deal.
Yes, it is.
Great.
That's why
It's like
everyone
the pawn
should
shop
come get.
of mounts. So
there's
I've got
three
a
exactly.
quick question. Do you have exotic mounts? Can I buy an elephant here?
We
Don't look at me like that, Niph.
don't have elephants.
I'm not making the boots.
Do you know
Did
anywhere
Niph
around
come in here with us?
I'm not making the boots, Cedric.
No, we don't have any elephants. Sorry, that's
Do you know who would buy an elephant or sell an elephant?
I mean, some of the northern
North? Oh, I thought it was
northern
south.
towns might.
Okay. One
don't
day
know.
I'll get my elephant.
We're
I'll call it
kind of
Mega
small for
Snaps.
elephants.
Ooh,
But
and then we can attach that robot arm to the elephant.
To the trunk.
No,
No, not to the
Robot
trunk.
is for Niph.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go to
I
bed.
would imagine you could attach it to the underside because that's like a blind spot for an.
so would the rest of you like to you other two, would you like to for us to house, or would you like to
House.
sell your camel?
Yes, how's mine, please?
All right, that'll
It
be
was
3
3
gold
up
up front.
front. All right.
You're doing it too,
How's
Niph?
your hole?
Yes.
All right.
Because I don't
Take
know when
good
we'll be
care.
back
We're definitely
yet.
not overbooked. Don't you worry. They have plenty of room.
When do you call it? As far as it's been 3 weeks, we keep the camel.
Probably after maybe a month of no word. If you tell us, you'll be longer, that'll be fine. But basically, yeah, eventually, or if we need it,
All right.
See, that's my question. So what's to stop you from just giving this camel to someone else while we're away?
My fucking sword.
Physically nothing, but we have a business, a respectable business here, and I feel like maybe word would get out if we weren't, if we were less than honest.
Well, as booked up as you are now,
I was kidding about you selling your
you
horses.
just took my
or your
camel away, and I
camels.
can't really tell the difference between it and other camels around here.
Well, that's because
shaved
you're not a
lightning bolt into
camel.
mine.
I tie a red ribbon. Well, mine has the tortoise shell, so
True.
I don't know.
Mine has lightning bolts shaved into its fur.
We
everywhere.
It's definitely from an animal and not an
Are there
intelligent
signs
person.
around that said that you're not responsible for any lost materials inside
Correct.
or around the
That
camels?
sign right behind you.
It's just a dude holding up his middle finger.
Cedric, I don't trust these guys.
You don't trust anyone. What's the point?
Insight him, Gendry.
I don't trust them.
Insight him.
Well,
You can, if you like.
I'm feeling really lazy today. Yeah, okay.
You okay?
They got 20 on insight.
Oh, there you
believe this
go.
guy.
I don't even need to do my insight bit.
Well, I mean,
Well,
he'll know. But
I got six. You said that was 60 gold for my
yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus, he's got a respectable business, just like as nomads need to keep a good reputation to keep getting jobs. No one's gonna go to him if he keeps pawning off their horses and camels. However, you're pretty sure he was lying when he said there's plenty of room. They'll have plenty of room. They're probably stuffing them in the back because
Yeah, what's the quality of life for these things while they're here? Actually, I don't care. I sold mine. Let's go. Let's go get something to eat.
I will be back to check on my camel soon.
All right, well, we'll look forward to
that's
it.
ominous.
can we find the king now?
All right.
I thought we had to sell the dragon head first.
Yeah, we do.
I'm getting a little bit of a rumble in
don't
Do you
know
want
how
to
long
drag it
this-
into the longhouse and be like, hey,
No,
guy, just ignore
We
that.
don't know
talk to
how
us real quick.
long.
Why
He's
doesn't
gonna
Cedric
be
just
here.
go do that on his
Well, so
on
how
his-
much
on his
lighter
own?
is it now that we've
Just
gutted
do-
it and cleaned it out quite a bit?
I mean, it's probably like
Oh, we could try and sell to Talik. I guess.
400 pounds.
Why would Talik want that?
Oh, easy peasy.
You can tell
Decoration?
everybody that he
I
killed
just
the
got
dragon.
a heavy load right now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
We
I
don't
mean,
know if he's not a duplicitous
If you want to do a
lying
little bit of
bag.
column A, a little bit of column B, we could go find some kind of eatery, and Cedric could sell that thing.
Yeah, I could.
Yes, an eatery.
I
What
could
are you
go
guys
for
feeling
food
like? You
and
guys feeling
also
like
pray to the temple.
Mexican or like Greek? How about Italian? What are you thinking?
I was thinking Persian.
Do you want to eat like cat people? Like, do you want to eat the
No.
meat from cats?
That's racist.
Can I sell my potion of hill giant strength if we're going to the fucking
Because
market?
cats purr. The purr.
Not what I'm talking about.
Certainly can.
All
No,
right.
Persian food is just a bunch of kebabs.
Oh yeah, I love kebabs.
Anyway,
Me too. Fucking love kebabs.
so where are you guys heading
I like
next?
kebabs.
To the market, to
kebabs.
I get it.
tavern, to
I'm a leaf on the wind, my man.
I'm branching
Whatever.
off to the market. I need to get.
Don't say
rid
that.
of
You'll
this
get
thing.
stuck in the chest of the gigantic spike.
I said what I said.
All right. Well, when you die, I'm not gonna feel bad for it.
You weren't gonna feel bad for me either way. So it's fine.
I was.
How much
So
for
to
this?
the
Unless I'm the one who kills you.
so to the market.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
All
whatever.
right, like I
I
said, you
can
got
call
all
Cedric's
sorts
name
of
across the market randomly.
stalls, There's a couple shops as well. What are you looking for? To sell the head?
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
You figure either the a blacksmith or maybe even the magic shop or probably maybe the general store may be interested.
I'm gonna go to the magic shop. Gonna take the magic shop.
All right. Give me an investigation.
Investigation.
Orvar will help, so you get advantage.
Gonna lick my lollipop.
Oh
Gonna
boy.
lick my lollipop.
Dragon top.
And I watched.
I got a 21.
21. Luckily you find a very, it's rather large and nice shop on the edge of the market, called Fjolkingi's Findings. Fjolkingi, basically a magic user, or,
Okay.
and very nice looking place.
Nice.
As you go in, a decent sized shop. It seemed to be doing pretty well. The shelves covered in all sorts of curios and stuff like that. Behind the desk, you see a male air genasi, who looks up as you open the door and the little ding as he looks up. Welcome, friends. How can what do you have there?
I've got
that barely
something to
fit.
sell you.
How did that fit through the door? I don't know, but it totally did.
We had to do a little twist, and a little angling.
No,
but they're here.
Yeah, no. Look how I'm doing
anyone
it.
else?
Look how I'm doing it.
Pivot. Is there anyone else in the store?
Give me perception.
Okay.
It's decent sized.
Quandry, before you go perusing, I might need your assistance.
Assistance
Let's-
with what?
All right, I'll help you. God,
Thank you.
Marcus,
Thank you.
can you please hold the thing?
Well, no, I mean, I just need your help bartering this thing.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to help you carry it. My bad.
Nope, I would never put that burden on you.
Well, you did, and I helped, so now you owe me. So, yes, so let's talk brass tacks. Hi.
Are you looking to?
How are you? I drive a
brass
hard
tacks.
bargain. What do you think?
that sounds like a nice car.
Like 5 gold.
What do you? Are you looking to sell this? Is that a dragon head?
We very much are, and yes, it is a red dragon head.
I see.
It is the most red of all of the dragon
He
heads.
starts to kind of investigate it, looking it over. Decent shape, cleaned very well. Sheer cuts,
You're welcome.
very sharp
Yes.
blade. So you're looking to sell it?
Yes.
Oh yes, or perhaps trade it for some of your curios, depending on what you have.
No.
So
No.
The adults are talking.
give me a persuasion.
Marcus, not now, okay?
God, can you
God, can you just please?
stop?
All right, I got a 24.
24.
Stop.
I mean, it's got lots of useful bits, or I could sell it to, some rich fuck.
A mountaineer
Sure.
who likes to mount stuff.
Nice.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. that's what
I
I'm going
could
with.
probably take it off your hands. $1,100 gold.
Oh! I mean,
Okay.
do your bargaining, sir.
Well,
He did.
That
That's
given
really the most
amount
I
of
can
danger
do.
we were put in and how much I personally did to get this, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough.
It's the
Can you
best
give
I
me-
can do.
Can you give me just a quick itemized list of a couple of cool items in here that might have caught my eye? As we go through.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you some items. We can always kind of take that off the price.
Sure, yes.
Let's see. You seem the adventuring folk. Am I right?
On
very
occasion,
insightful.
I enjoy more like spending time, at the beach, building sandcastles.
Sure.
You're a liar.
Well, let's see.
Honestly,
For
you guys are
adventures,
undermining my ability to fucking barter here.
you seem,
I'm not saying anything.
I see that cloak and I recognize that cloak, so I bet you are one to be sort of, shifty and movie. I might have something for you. One sec, and he kind of
very well. Yes.
goes, reaches under the desk and pulls out a box and unlocks it and opens it, turns it around,
box.
and it is a pair of boots. It says, these boots, they're enchanted, of course.
Right,
When
of
you
course.
sort of click the heels together,
Okay.
you become very quick. Very, very quick. About twice as quick. As these are boots of
all right.
speed.
Ah, yes. Very good.
You bonus action to click the heels together. Doubles your
It's a good
walking
item.
speed, and any creature that makes an opportunity attack against you has disadvantage. You click again to stop the effect. You have a total of 10 minutes that refreshes after a long rest. Like you
Okay,
can
and that,
split up that 10.
Is that attunement on that or not?
It is.
It is. Okay. Look back at the team. Well, gang, what do you think about these boots?
I think you can take them off your price.
I mean, mind you, these boots
your
are
range.
3,000 gold.
Whoa!
They're
Okay,
very nice. High
Oh,
enchantment.
they do seem very nice. I do see the swish there. They're Nike. Very good.
They're Jordan Retro 12s.
Yes.
Not
okay.
cute.
It's a
No, you
collector's
see,
item
you
is what
click,
you're
you
saying.
squeeze the tongue here, and it fills it in and fits your foot.
Oh, ew! So I can jump higher then?
Yes.
Or is that not
Ooh,
true?
does it also have
Cool lights,
sparkling lights on the
LEDs at the bottom of the heel.
Not at all.
They both said the same thing.
Uh-huh.
I was a child in the 90s too, okay, guys?
I mean, we have some other
Wheels
things.
so you can wheel around.
So minus the,
no,
if
that's
you
accurate.
trade that, then they would be only was that sort of 1900 gold? I have other
that's a bit-
things as well. You might
that
be
is a bit
interested.
high for my price there.
All right.
Why don't you show me
Couple
show me
more,
something else?
affordable things.
I got this guy right where I want him, guys.
He kind of closes that and puts it back. He.
So I'm holding this thing, and I say, like, I want to make it clear, I'm in here for gold.
Cedric, if you could just,
You can set that down.
Do not trade for my earnings here.
Another thing we have,
Club
and
him
he pulls
upside
out
the back of the
a
head with the axe.
he pulls out a small box and opens it, and inside you see a nice shiny amulet necklace. This is probably more for your armored friend here. This is what's known as the Amulet of the Devout.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It has the Thor symbol on it. And when you wear it and attune to it, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls. This bonus would be a +1 to saves and attack rolls for spells. And you can use your channel divinity, whatever that is. I hear it's pretty cool. You can use it once without expending one of your divinities per
Nice.
day.
No, that doesn't interest us at all.
How much is that?
Probably.
That is much cheaper, much more affordable.
I regret asking
400
this
gold.
person for help.
Oh,
400 gold.
400. That is not much.
Oh, you're not even gonna haggle. Great. This is good.
I'm sort of.
I will haggle.
No, you already
All
said
right.
deal. I think that's
Give
a
me,
binding contract in these lands. So-
Give me a persuasion roll.
Natural 20.
Yep.
Sick.
Good
I'm just taking a picture.
Good luck adjusting your camera. Okay.
That wasn't bad.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, not
you
bad.
drive a hard bargain.
That is with my regular persuasion 27. So
You drive a hard bargain. I could probably let it go for 330. Actually, 300.
yes.
Ooh.
Listen,
All right.
shopkeeper,
Is that part of the trade, or are
he
you?
lost his family.
paying?
Come on, man.
No, this is not a
How
part of the
much?
trade.
Yeah, I'll just take it out of my regular gold.
300
Just
gold.
Plop down 300.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. You now have an Amulet of the Devout Uncommon +1.
Yay.
Good for you, Marcus. Good for you.
We do have some
Yeah,
other
that's
things,
nice.
if you're interested.
Yes, please.
All right. You seem. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, yes, these are nice. And he kind of reaches up on a shelf and pulls this box out and opens it and turns it around. And it's rocks. He's like, right, pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I
500 gold for these. 500 gold
What do
for
they
these rocks.
do?
This guy's
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
sort of fucking with you. These are sending stones. Once a day, you can use them to talk to one another very briefly. Say maybe 25-ish words. Yeah. Then they only communicate between themselves, but very useful for communication.
I don't have quite that.
What do you guys? What do you guys
amount.
think? No, you guys don't think we need that?
I'm good.
Okay, all right. Are you still holding that, Cedric?
Yes.
So both your hands are occupied right now?
Would you just like the gold
Swear
for
to
it,
God, if
and then
come
you
near
can?
me, I am going to thrust in your face so hard.
You know, I can just
Yeah.
pay you for that, and then you can give me back gold for anything
That would
you're
work.
interested in buying.
That would be great. And then I also have a bracers of defense.
Bracers of defense. What?
So how much is the head being sold for? So we all better
1100.
1100.
I mean, I did so much.
You did nothing.
You
You tried
can't
to loot a
prove that.
corpse and you failed at it.
You can't prove that. In fact, I think to the contrary, I convinced at least one of you that I did
All
do
of
some
us.
shit.
What?
Yeah,
What
it's rare
rarity?
enough.
Sorry, Cedric. Are those
Blue.
blue? Da-bu-dee-da-bu-da. Bracers of defense. You know, I could probably give you. I mean, that's a pretty popular item right now. I could probably give you let's call it 700 gold.
That's not bad.
That's pretty fucking good. Do you want to bargain?
I can try.
You can certainly roll a persuasion and see if it helps.
It's just Marcus's family
Gendry
died.
over here to do that.
If
but
you'd
now
like,
he's just
I can
interested in
do
shopping.
it. I can do it for you. If you'd like.
You can help.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Do you want to have advantage for
So
that then, or have me roll?
Sure.
I like how you gave an either or.
I got a
and then-
15.
15. I mean, they are in high demand right now because of the war. A lot of people, you know, not very good with armor. They help. Lots of berserker coming through.
High demand means you can sell very high.
It's true.
People will buy it.
Tell you what, I'll give you 810. That's the most I can do.
810. Okay, so total we'll have 1910 to split between the
1910?
four of us. Very good.
Yeah.
The deal for me.
All right. I do have some other items if you're interested, or if you're happy
Oh
with
yes,
that.
absolutely. Let me
There's
see
the
everything that you
stones.
have.
Um,
What?
Stones.
It's 477 per person to add to
Oh,
your
you're
inventory.
splitting?
Yay.
477. Of course I am.
Thank you.
how very kind of you.
That's
You're the
very
one that
kind.
carried
I now
it
have
all this
1,000
way.
gold.
Woo! Hey,
How
big
much?
spender.
How much did you say? 411.
477.
Close, it rhymes.
Cool.
Are you interested in the stones, or I have some other things? Maybe you can
what
take a
else?
look.
Not me myself. No.
This is a very popular popular one, especially for sneaky people, but also, just adventurers and mercenaries alike. And he kind of reaches up on another shelf and pulls down a horn, like a horn, like a battle horn. This is pretty neat. Watch this. Quandry and Cedric, you hear a deafening horn blast. Marcus and Niph hear nothing. You just hear. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
What?
I'm not sure it's working.
What does that do?
Yeah, you two heard it. This is a horn of silent alarm. You choose people to hear it, and no one else can hear it.
Oh.
Good for, secret stuff. Well, I just chose randomly, but...
Come on.
I would do it again, but it might explode.
Oh, no.
Yes, that is the Horn of Silent Alarm. No attunement necessary, 4 charges. Regains 1d4 at dawn.
And how much was
one
that?
creature of your choice can hear... I guess only Quandry would hear it. One creature hears it of your choice within 600 feet and not deafened. No one else hears it.
And how much?
For this, the Horn of Silent Alarm, that's it's much cheaper, 250 gold.
250.
Very useful for sneaking and communication, organizing
We
attacks.
could use that as a signal.
Is that the lowest that you'll go on that?
Well, you can certainly do a persuasion.
All right, because
I'll
I
help
was
him.
going to try. I didn't want to bring them into
With
it. but
advantage.
My family did just die. I came home and they were.
Oh, that sounds really rough. It sounds like maybe you don't like surprises.
I thought it was my birthday, and I thought it was going to be my surprise party.
Oh,
I
okay.
rolled a 19 plus 10.
29?
So
Tell you
yeah.
what,
So I'm in a
lots
really
of
bad
commerce
way.
here, and you've given me a lot. I could probably let it go for 125.
Well, gents,
Alright.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll buy it for that.
Sort
Sounds
of a
good.
group deal
Does
there.
this shop have a deck of many things?
So Horn of Silent Alarm.
No, we don't, unfortunately. Those
Oh
are
my
very
God.
dangerous and rare items.
Do not give Cedric a deck of many things.
We are not giving
That
the
was, you said
barbarian
100,
20.
125.
20.
Or 120.
Oh.
Sorry, you're right.
120.
Probably. I don't know. 120.
120.
I thought it was
Horn of Silent
100.
Alarm.
I have this brooch of shielding.
Shade.
It's an uncommon.
I thought you wanted that. I traded
I
something
wanted it
for-
so that I could sell it.
Oh, I see.
So,
Where we're going
Brooch of
with that?
shielding, huh? Again, pretty
well, honestly,
good.
I'm all kind of filled up on my attunement slots. So I kind of things that require attunement. I kind of just have
No,
to.
that's very relatable as enchanter. I understand. Tell you what, an uncommon brooch of shielding. I could probably give you. At this point, I'm just gonna let you keep that persuasion because it was so high. I could probably give you 350.
350.
Tell you what, 400. You've been great
400?
customers.
Oh, thank you so much.
Excellent.
All right, so then everybody gets an additional 100 then.
Oh, he's sharing.
Yay!
sharing, 'cause we're
So I've got
Chain
one
or
more
what?
question. Do you have something that I've heard in my travels that increases your strength? It's called a storm girdle.
A storm girdle. Oh, a belt of giant strength.
No, a storm girdle.
Oh my god.
That's
That's
You
what
need a
I.
belt of storm giant strength.
So that
Steve,
is a
that's what
custom
Little
item
Flower
from another
has.
campaign? Or is that... Oh, that's not custom.
no.
That's not custom.
That's something from a different book.
No, that's what Little Flower has.
I
From our
mean,
other
I
campaign.
don't.
Storm girdle. That's a CR item.
Yeah.
Your strength becomes 23. If it's not already 23 or higher, your storm avatar's lightning strike deals 46 lightning. One day I'll get it.
Let's
I
see,
just wanted
it's
to look at it. I
legendary.
doubt I could afford something so fancy.
Sorry,
He just looks at you and
unfortunately.
says, "Get the hell out of here."
Times of war, the really high-end items don't really last that long, unfortunately.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm looking for one.
Good to know. I am also, if you hear of one.
Could I interest you in buying this potion of hill giant strength?
Certainly. What rarity is that?
It is uncommon.
You haven't given me persuasion yet, right? Go ahead and persuade.
I hear it's very good, but I have no use for it at all. That's persuasion 17.
17, uncommon.
Yeah.
Those are pretty useful right about now. I demand. Tell you what. Let's call it 310.
Okay, I think I could do that. That works.
All right, deal.
So that's 77.5 gold to everyone.
I have some. I mean, if you're interested in potions, I do have other potions here. Bit of an alchemist.
What about poisons?
Poisons? I don't really deal much in poisons, unfortunately. I have a couple sort of run-of-the-mill poisons, but not much.
What about something to protect against poison?
Oh, an antitoxin?
Maybe, or maybe an item. Have you ever heard of the Periapt of Proof Against Poison?
I have actually. I do happen to have one of those. What is that, uncommon?
Ooh. I don't know. Let me check. I don't have the items pulled up on my screen like other people. Sam. Proof.
That is rare.
My screen.
I do have one, but it's a bit pricey right now, as you can imagine.
Sure.
Even with your persuasion there, that's probably going to run you about 2,000 gold. It is a very valuable item, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I understand, yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's it for me.
You're interested in healing potions or anything like that? I have
Yes,
a potion of
what-
thunder resistance, potion of speed.
What sort of healing potions do
Well,
you
I have some common, some greater and superior.
All right. How much for the greater?
The greater. First, let's see how many I have. I only have one.
Shit.
And it's running about 200.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And
The
how much
regular
for...
is 50. The superior is 1,000.
I'll take. Can I take 2 regular?
Certainly, that'd be 100.
All right, 100 gold.
Do you have a belt of giant strength by chance?
Unfortunately, not. So you can imagine
What
the
about,
Berserkir have come through here and snatched
any
up
kind
most
of,
of the
like-
strength items.
Belts of, like, dexterity?
No, unfortunately not. These are really, again, the war is kind of wiping me clean. People bringing in all sorts of things, but buying them up just as quick. These are really the only. I have some potions, as I mentioned. I have some scrolls. Beyond that, this is really the only interesting things that's not sort of mundane.
I get you.
To have.
All right. I got you. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Of course.
All right.
Anyone else need anything?
Nope.
Healing potions, anything like that? Scrolls?
Nope.
No, I'm okay.
I think
Alright.
I
We should
shoot
go
healing
now.
magic out of my hands. Thank you very much.
All right. Way to brag, bro.
I forgot to long rest last night.
oops.
Humble brag.
Yeah, you guys got a long rest.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
was still 8 out of 80.
Oh, yeah.
We've had 2 long rests since
you've
that
rested twice
happened.
since then.
The Amulet of Devout is not in D&D Beyond unless you have Tasha's Cauldron.
Yeah, I can.
yes.
I can help you there.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Come back anytime. You're very good customers. I really like taking your money and giving you things for it.
I think
And
you
we
gave us more
appreciate
money
you as
than
well.
we took, so.
Well, probably, but you know.
Shut up.
But he got some nice new items, Cedric.
Indeed.
I
Have a great day.
All right.
All right.
To Tolik?
That guy, those who walk around,
Tutalik.
that guy
To
had nothing
Tolik!
good. Oh,
I
some
know.
good
Oh,
stuff.
no,
I'm gonna
nothing
put
good,
that
man.
amulet on
Nothing
and immediately start trying to attune to it.
All right. It does take an hour.
Yeah.
So you guys can kind of chill while you do that if you want. It
Oh,
takes
we
like
can go and talk to Tolik.
It takes sitting, focusing on it for an hour.
Okay, then let's do Tolik first.
All right. So as you guys kind of head back out into the square and toward the longhouse, where you assume he is, it's probably about noon by now.
Can we find a guard and ask him where he is?
You can?
Let's do that so we don't waste
Wait,
our time if he's not there.
He's not at the longhouse?
You don't
We
know.
don't know.
You haven't gone in yet.
Oh yeah, like let's go to the front and
All
just speak with whoever's guarding there. Yeah.
All right,
So
yeah.
you walk up to the front. There's several guards, Gautier specifically, out
Hail.
front. Hello there. State your business.
We are here on business from one of the Jarls to see King Tolik.
All
We
right.
are the
Here's the
Jotun
seal.
Slayers. We have a scroll from Jarl
Let me
Hjolmar
see.
from Naglfar.
Nailed it.
Hjalmar
Let me see.
Eggleston.
I hand it to him.
Looks to his friend, nods. All right. You can head in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Now you have a pleasant day, guys.
Sure, you too,
The gods be with you.
and also with you.
and also with you. And also
God, I
with
don't
you.
think Marcus's nose could get any more brown.
So as you
Just
walk
tan
in,
for being in the sun, man. That's
this
fine.
very large longhouse, all sorts of activity. There is a lot of guards just kind of milling about, going about various activities,
was gonna say, are
like
they actually
moving
running a mill?
boxes and collecting weapons and handing out weapons. You know,
NPC activities.
yeah, all sorts of background activities, all sorts of things going on. There's like a hustle too.
Yeah, but what about a bustle? Is there a bustle as well?
Is there anybody doing kung fu while they're hustling?
No, but good movie though. But as you kind of approach the throne, like, you know, there's the kind of long bit, like the dining table, the feast table, tables. And then at the end is the raised stage with the throne. The throne is currently empty, but there are guards. There's a guard posted there.
Quandry, I think you should go sit on that throne. I think you'd look really good up there.
Well, don't mind if I do. So, the king is here. Where's the Jarl of this city?
You don't see, I mean, you don't know who you're looking for, but there doesn't seem
Yeah,
to be
right.
anyone.
The throne is
I would
empty.
like to go talk to the
The
guards.
throne is currently empty, but there is like a guard standing next to it looking bored.
Okay. Approach
Hail,
him.
friend.
Hello there. Do you have business
We do.
Yes, we have business with the king.
with the
Is there
king?
any food on the feast table?
No, not really. There's a couple people kind of eating lunch, but it's not like there's a buffet or anything.
This is a boring town.
Business with the king. All right. Well, unfortunately, he's in the water room right now. Not to be disturbed, but he shouldn't be too much longer. You can wait.
What's
Have some
what's a
food?
water room?
We have a slightly
Water room.
emergency.
Yes, we've been sent here on a very important task, specifically with regards to the war.
It's sort of very important concerning the war. We need to speak with him
I
immediately.
would like to say it's pretty important, more than just a little important, and it is with regards to the war.
Yes.
Well, maybe roll a persuasion. Either both of you or one with
Yay.
advantage, and we'll see
do
maybe
you want
what I say.
advantage there, buddy? I got a +1.
Oh yeah, dude, I got a +10.
Yes, take it.
I got a nat 20. Damn it! Why?
You got a nat 20?
That was good.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I got
So
a 19,
30.
so.
I mean, yeah, but
I mean,
like
it's 30. That's godlike.
we were just at a place where it was like, come on, give me money.
You kind of,
I got a nat 20. Damn it.
I assume you like convince him by handing him the thing, and he kind of reads it and looks at
I was
you.
just gonna command.
Looks at
word him if he didn't
looks at
go.
two guards like stationed next to like a door,
Right.
and like looks back down, looks back up at you. All right, one moment. He's like, wait here, and goes and you see him talk to those guards, and they kind of look at each other and nod, and one opens the door for him.
The talk might hate us.
All right, so Gendry at this point is just like, all right, we're boned. We need to get out of here.
He goes inside and you hear kind of some talking in there or whatever. It's kind of across the room. And you just hear kind of a
Oh
then,
no.
and then
Oh no.
and then you see that same guard kind of hustle out and then kind of run up, and he'll be right here. And like stands there and takes his post back.
On second thought, we probably should have let him finish.
And what is your name, guardsman?
My name is Froda.
Jeff.
Froda. Very
Yeah.
good, Froda.
And at that,
Let me shake your hand, Froda.
For
Okay.
doing an excellent job.
Oh, you're
Yes.
saying his name like that? That's kind of
Frodo.
creepy.
That's
Oh,
humanization.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
He shakes it. About that
All right,
time,
very good. Gendry wipes his hand slightly.
Oh my god, that is disrespectful.
he kind of sees that and does too.
Good.
And then it's about that point where you see a tall minotaur come out of the room that he came out of.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Ooh, I'd like to do
He
one of
kind of
these.
comes out, looks.
Hello.
Now
Hello.
you were
No
Gendry
shit.
last time, right? Were you Gendry?
Yes,
last
he
time?
was. He was.
I might have been.
Okay.
I might have been because
He
we were like,
was,
thrown in jail
yes.
at one point, right? So.
All right.
Yes.
I might have been.
He walks out and looks and sees you guys and kind of see if he remembers. He's a busy guy. Kind
I
of
mean, he was very, very angry at
sure
us.
this and looks
I
and
think he's angry at a lot of people a lot of the time.
he turns around in the room and says like, come here, like a motion to someone in there, and then turns around and starts walking up the kind of onto the stage and stands in front of you, the tall minotaur King Talik. His armor's pretty much the same as last time, but about 60-ish years old, 7 foot tall, which is tall for a minotaur. The broken left horn with the golden cap on the end.
He's a young guy.
Wearing the breastplate, which has been refitted. It's kind of more fancy and has his insignia, where last time it was Magni's. The pauldron on his left shoulder is now very shiny. And he's still got his very ornate, the same hand axes on his belt. As he walks up, I know you. Who are you and what do you want?
Yes. See, Chief.
What does 60 look like on a minotaur?
60, weathered,
Young,
but
old.
kind of, it would be like human equivalent of, because I think they live to about like 150. It'd be the human equivalent of maybe 40s.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Kind of prime.
You know us because we were the people who saved King Magni in Jotunfota just before.
This instant look halfway through your sentence of recognition. Oh. You.
Hi.
No, don't say it like that. Say, oh, because we bring good news.
What is it you want?
Well, you see, we've had some travel under our belt since Jotunfota fell, and we've collected some evidence, including, we've brain evidence, if you will, not necessarily physical evidence. When we were in Jotunfota, the people who were attacking on the street level were wearing fake armor. I mean, it might have been real armor, but it wasn't from the Alfheim.
You notice out of the corner of your eye, like as soon as you say that, like one of the guards carrying something, his head kind of perks up, and Talik looks around. Hold on. Come with me. And it's pretty much at this point that the people that like he must have motioned for to come out and follow him out, like start coming out, and they stop, and as he starts walking back in there, he says, "Cover the table." And they kind of nod and go back in.
Wow, no trust.
Follow me.
Nope.
And he leads you into the room.
All right.
In this room, this is a war room. Pretty obviously. In the middle, just as you come in, someone's throwing a tarp over a large table in the middle of the room, and like make sure it's all completely covered. Another guy's like closing up books, filing them away. And he walks in, and as you guys enter, is Harem with you as well, by the way?
Yes.
All right, as you guys enter, the guards close the door, and he kind of walks to the opposite end of the table and kind of stands there. What is this you're talking about?
So I'm going to explain to him from our experience with the fake armored individuals in Jotunfota to following the trail of oh my goodness, Kara to Naglfar, finding out about Eggerd and the Munithir and all of that. Just explain it all.
All right.
And show him the paperwork and stuff?
Yes. Show him any evidence that we have to back our claims.
So when you're talking about the guards, the fake blow the refill, he says, "It sounds like all I have is your word that the blow the refill weren't in Jotunfota. Why would mercenaries risk getting anywhere near the attack if they know the destruction that it would have caused?"
I don't think they did know.
You don't have letters for that.
Oh.
Well, then they're fucking idiots.
Well,
Sounds
they're
like the
mercenaries
blow the refill.
being paid to do a stupid thing without any explanation. Of course they're going to do it because it was worth the gold to them. They had no idea they were going to die there.
That is interesting allegations.
And I've spoken with the Munithir. I've spoken with their leader. They're all about being remembered.
Who is their leader?
Her name? I don't know.
He kind of snorts, laughs.
Trying to infiltrate their operation, but they want to be remembered, and they want to cause a war to bring change to the world. They want Thorins to evolve by way of the Emir technology, which they think, and this is my theory, they think will be brought about the technology because of war. Because wartime brings evolution, and sometimes not in a good way.
At that, one of his kind of people that he was motioning and were cleaning up and stuff. You see a male dragonborn, about mid-40s, green scales. You also see in kind of armor. You see a female owlin, 60s, kind of older, dark brown feathers. Owlin, like an owl person.
Also, like an owl. Okay.
Who? They're wearing kind of nicer robes and seem the more intelligent type. And then there's also a male furbolg, kind of middle age for furbolg. You figure about 90s. That appears like, based on their clothing and the jobs that they're doing, kind of like helping people, you figure it's probably his thrall, his servant. At the mention of the war breeds innovation and stuff, you see the Dragonborn kind of, that's what I found. And then he says, Talik says, how would they profit from war then? Why start a war?
Technology.
It's just technology.
Well, they want it to go back to the way it was.
How does war do that?
I don't know. We haven't
war
found
breeds
out
innovation,
that much.
But it doesn't breed. This isn't new technology. This is old.
Right, but it would be new again because we don't understand it yet. And she had an accent I've never heard. It's not one I've ever heard on Thorin by anyone, and I've traveled all over. She had an accent that matched those of the gods.
He like snorts again, chuckles, and the other two kind of.
You can laugh all you want.
Speaking of the gods,
yes,
maybe they could provide us help here. And I kind of.
What do you mean?
Well, I put my hand on my sword, I close my eyes, and I pray really hard to see if we can get someone to help us.
Hold on, Cedric, and I'm gonna pull out the radiant capacitor.
You pull out the radiant capacitor. As soon as you reach in your bag,
it's not going to harm you.
Like their spears.
I understand. You could literally just stick me like a pincushion, and that's fine. It's not a harmful object. This is called a radiant capacitor, and this is what the Munathir are using.
I put my hand on it while I'm praying.
That's exactly what I was getting it out for, by the way.
Roll a d20, Josh.
It is being used by them. They have more of these. This is what they use to set off the Jotun in Jotunfoda.
15.
One like it.
One like it, yes.
30.
15?
Dirty. Wait.
Dirty.
It should be raw, right?
Yeah, it's just raw.
It's raw and dirty.
Nice. I like that.
Natural 15. So he kind of, as you close your eyes, the sword heats up a bit, and you hear. First of all, you hear ravens outside going nuts.
Does the bullman hear it too?
Let's see. Nope, doesn't seem to notice. He's focused, like with his hand on his axes. He's staring at the device, and you, especially since you're touching your sword, he's like his axes are
ready
half drawn.
to go. Yeah,
and all the spears are pointed at you.
They don't sense it. They don't sense the gods or anything.
No.
I don't feel it.
I guess Gendry will put a hand on one of his smoke grenades. Like, yep, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, okay, everybody calm down. He talks to his god through the sword. That's why he's touching it.
The legendary sword Hofn.
Yes.
It is
Persuasion?
at this point.
Oh no.
Maybe someone else should help me pray. Come on. Put your 2 cents in.
Yeah, Marcus.
Everyone touch your tips.
That behind Sideric, you hear and at this point, Talik pulls out his axes and takes a stance.
I'm gonna put the radiant
blink of a
back
fucking
on.
eye. As you
it's
guys
okay.
see behind Sideric a tall, dark-skinned,
It's okay. It's okay.
Sideric gets a little erect.
Meaning he stands up.
Are you gonna introduce him?
yeah, Heimdallr stands behind. He,
right.
Who are you? And, Heimdall holds up his hands.
This is Daddy.
What?
What?
Pedro Pascal?
Calm down.
Yes!
He says what? Sorry.
He says, Heimdall holds up his hand and says, everybody relax. And, like, the guards are, like, glancing over to Talik. Talik doesn't fucking budge.
Why do you gotta hit on everyone I love? Okay.
You should hear these people out. The fate of the world is in your hands, my liege. Who are you? Speak now.
This is the god Heimdall. I get on my I get on
Now.
one knee.
That's ridiculous.
I almost said I get on my knees, so that was gonna be bad.
Whoa, this is Heimdall.
I watched that.
Y'all have
as-
some vibes today.
As Talik kind of chuckles. Ridiculous. Who? Identify yourself now.
Is there,
And-
Heimdall, is there any way you can prove yourself to this man?
He kind of glances at you, grins, winks, and then dusts. And all the guards are like, and like, where did he go? He's here somewhere. He's invisible. Find him.
Oh my god.
And they all
You
start
are so
kind of poking the
stubborn, sir.
air. Like, a couple of you have to kind of dodge because they're just sending their spears around.
Watch that. Jeez.
Would this be an opportunity for me to just flop my bag of flour around just to make sure that he's not
I
around?
mean, if you want.
And cover everybody in flour and be like, look, see, no one's here. No, I don't think.
Who have you brought in here? You're working for them, aren't you? I fucking knew it.
Working for who?
This group, whoever they are.
No.
I'm a paladin. I work for the gods. So obviously I'm serving them.
Your decision here is vital.
You
We
have
just showed you a god. They've been answering us. They have been following us. They have been talking to us. We are here. We are here on their request, whatever. I'm a barbarian. I don't know how to talk.
Cedric is drunk, clearly.
Listen, you have
He
been
has to be.
untrusting of us from the very beginning.
Be
We
test.
saved King Magni that day. And now we bring you information about people who are trying to coax you into a war. And you are falling for it. You're falling for what they want you to do.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Whee!
Because a man just dusted in the room.
That's not terrible.
Style.
18.
18.
Nice.
He kind of pauses and tells the guards to stop. Still doesn't prove your innocence. You.
Innocence of what?
How do we know you're not working with this group? You bring me the seal of Yalmar.
Because the last guy that we found was working for him. We murdered.
They're a secret cult. We'd be doing a bad job telling them about.
Telling people about them.
Obviously, there's
do you have any way to perform like a spell that can keep us from lying?
Zone of truth.
Oh, do you mean the truth serum? I have some right here.
He holds up a hand, turns to the owlin.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
The owl. God damn it! You got me.
Got him.
Taken away the inspiration. No.
Oh man.
He turns to the owlin and kind of nods, and the female kind of nods and turns. All right. You better I'll know if you resist.
Of course.
And does some
I'm just
waving
like,
points
with my non-shirt. I'm not resisting.
Oh my god! With
so
my
I take
non-shirt.
it, and they cast Zone of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
I take it that you, none of you resist.
I do not
No,
resist.
I was about to cast it myself.
Am I in it soon?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You can
Okay.
try resisting if you want.
It's cool.
Remember, you don't have to speak.
You don't have to say anything.
You are not compelled.
Yep.
He
But
kind
I
of.
could command you.
So
Oh my
after
God.
she casts it, she turns. Talik and nods, and he nods too. For what it's worth, they have some good points. I'll be the judge of that. All right. Are you involved with this group that you claim perpetrated the Ragnarok?
No.
Our only involvement is to stop them.
All right. Do you know where they are?
No.
No.
Yeah, but we have leads.
What are your leads?
What are our
A
leads?
list of names
Oh, yes.
Yes. A list of names and
that are
people
in the
to...
paperwork that we showed you.
Right.
Truthfully, they were people involved with the Veraldarsmither, but Egod Haynes was part of the Veraldarsmither. So, we're going to follow that,
Yes.
starting with my father.
Then we'll move on to my father.
And the father before
You can't
him.
lie.
Oh.
My father is dead.
Well, then we'll just do whatever. I don't know.
Gidry goes. What are your next steps?
We will cross the sea, Jormungandr, to go to the Colburn estate to speak with my father there.
Yes.
Your
can we
father's
possibly-
involved?
His company name is on the paperwork for the Veraldarsmither, who don't seem to be involved with the Munithir per se. But it is possible.
He's also rich enough he might know.
As much as I hate to say so, and yes, that's true.
We've
think no one's
already
as rich as me
questioned
now.
your father,
You're not me.
and your father has been of great help
How
in this
so?
war.
Did he encourage the war? Did he give you things for the war?
No, but he has supplied many supplies, items.
It's not looking good for you, Niph.
For us. He has pledged his allegiance to Muspelheim.
He's lying.
Marcus? Oh, sorry, Gendry first.
Gendry.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
You're so sneaky, dude. We didn't see it.
Yeah, stealth.
He had his gloves on.
Just to that end, could we possibly maybe borrow like a ship to get across? You know, we're fresh out, so...
Well,
I'm sure
hold
you
on.
are.
We need to stop this war first. It's unnecessary. We're telling the truth. Niph just said her dad is lying. That's that we're telling the truth.
He would benefit from the war. He would benefit from the Munadir. I don't know if those two are mutually exclusive, but I need to find out and put a stop to it, if that's possible.
At least we know you can't stop the war on our
No,
word.
stop him.
So at least hold off on any major raids or invasions until we can find proof.
Could you delay?
Kind of glances over to the Dragonborn, glances back, gives a very subtle shake of his head.
The Dragonborn does?
Yeah.
Can I
Turns
insight check
back.
that?
Sure.
We just
fuck.
sold a giant dragon head.
That was a natural 2, so it's going to be a
Think you didn't bring
7.
it? 7?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it wasn't his dad or mom.
It might have been his daddy, you know?
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, what you got, Marcus?
I got a 15. So do I know what
15, you figure basically that this Dragonborn appears to be kind of head of the troops, based on his armor and how he keeps kind of glancing to him for
And he
anything
shook
about
his
the war.
head?
And he shook his
Like-
head very,
Like, don't
very
believe
subtly.
him? Or we
Like,
can't
no.
delay?
More of a, like, we shouldn't or we can't.
Oh, I'm
Or
fucking
I would-
suspicious of that guy.
I would like to, now while the zone of truth is up, and we can't actually lie, tell him that we inspected a couple of the or at least one of the bandits that were dressed as the
Blow the
elite guard
refill.
of Elfheim. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It was shoddy, cheap armor, and they admitted to being bandits or mercenaries
Mercenaries.
and not the actual Elfheim guard.
Still doesn't prove that
Well, then
Alfheim's
just
not
hold
involved.
off until we can prove it.
Give us a chance, please.
It's a little late for that.
A lot of innocent people are going to die if you make this
A lot of
move.
innocent people have already died!
That's true.
Then maybe we should stop it from continuing. And
We
find the
will.
people who are responsible.
So, with what we've said, what evidence do you have that Alfheim is involved at all?
Well,
Ooh,
for
snap.
one, they attacked Mooseblood.
We just told you they
Killing
did
the
it
king.
in the zone of truth.
I mean, whoever this group is. Like, at this point, you can just see he's like steaming. Getting impatient.
Oh my god.
If the Colberts are involved, that will be taken care of. Otherwise, we have reason to believe that there are raids coming from Alfheim.
On whose report?
The ships we lost.
Wouldn't it be easier to set up defenses instead of going on a full-on attack?
It's okay. I'll let that slide because you are a young fighter, a young berserker.
Mm.
The best defense is an offense. You'll learn that soon enough. Look,
Your experiences are not my experiences.
I still have no reason to believe, even though you may not be personally working for this Munadir, that you're being manipulated. This seal from Yalmar. That foolish Yalmar takes pride in utilizing Emir technology. It's a bit convenient.
Do I look like I can be manipulated?
For all I know, he could be the leader. Marcus?
I would like to point out to that, I'm gambling with what Eggert said. They told us that they did the Jotun attack because we saved King Magni the first time when they tried to kidnap him.
That is true. They do.
Remember that giant robot that we cut the head off?
They put you in your position of power, or at least put you in the path to where you are for some reason.
I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
But Magni and everything that happened with the Jotun footer attack was something that they did because we saved him the first time.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
Magni-
doubly sorry because he owed us a favor. So
Magni.
And I was gonna get that robot head. And I
Magni
didn't got it.
is the peacekeeper, or he was the peacekeeper.
They wanted
He
him out of
brought
the way.
peace.
Sir, just use your spy master and do some digging.
They
I
want this
ensure
war.
you.
I already am. This is all very interesting. And I thank you for bringing this info to me.
But you won't help.
You're gonna do shit.
We will handle this. The raids have already begun. We've lost many. And we have honor to uphold. Someone must pay. If the Munadir hide in Alfheim, that just means Athelstan is harboring criminals.
I would think that they're hiding in both Alfheim and Muspelheim, and they're the people who stand to benefit from this war.
They're probably hiding right
Follow
near
the money
ranks.
and you'll find them.
can we do like an inside check on Talik?
Yeah. Can we?
Sure.
Yeah.
I am vaguely suspicious
11.
that he might be one of
I
them.
got a 16.
I don't think he is. I think people on
I
this
rolled
council
a
might
15
be.
plus 2. I don't know if you wanted to roll that with advantage.
That Dragonborn is sort of.
Sorry, you got
Or is that something I can know?
18. How much, Marcus?
14.
14, Gendry?
I got a 16.
11.
17 for me.
Alright. Niph, a little hard to read for you. The others, and especially you, Sideric, you were warned. He is, no pun intended, very bullheaded and paranoid. Everyone's out to get him. It's why he's a great warrior and was a great, head of armies back in the Magni days. He was head of the guard and armies. You get the feeling once he gets on a track, it's really
There's
hard.
no stopping him.
And then once he starts losing people, like revenge is all he sees.
You've
Justice,
mentioned
using air quotes.
You've mentioned
I've been down that road.
that someone has to pay. Why not make it the right person? The right person who's responsible for taking all of those innocent lives.
Marcus?
The zone of truth is still up, right?
Yeah.
I would like to question everybody else in the room to see if any of them have any affiliation with the Moon.
None of them are affected.
Damn it.
So Sideric at this point is done trying to convince this dude. So he just says to the whole room, well, you will find that once it's too late to change your mind, we will not be here to help you. So if there is anyone in this room with any doubt, you better do some digging. Try to convince this man. Because otherwise a lot of your people will die, your families could die. Do you guys really want that for a needless cause?
Ooh.
So everyone, really, really think about this.
Ooh.
We're gonna try to fix this on our own if you're not. But if you guys have any doubt,
at the very least.
Any doubt,
You can try, but if you get in our way, you will be taken out.
I do a perception on the crowd to see if I can see anyone with like doubt in their eyes.
Give me perception.
As I say that.
Yeah, I'd like to do that as well.
Anyone that wants.
That's
20.
another fucking natural 2 for a 7.
Nice. With advantage, I get a 17. 12 plus
17.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. No one, like, there's a couple darting eyes that Marcus and Cedric see, but they all kind of, none of them really flinch. Marcus, with the dirty 20, as you're kind of scanning the crowd, like, you also see, like, the assistants, the Owlin and the Dragonborn kind of, like, look around them, like, and the Dragonborn even says, "Don't listen to them." As the Owlin turns her head looking around,
Yeah.
earpiece.
That bitch! No!
But that's a story for next time.
Oh no!
I knew it.
No, I liked her!
Do you have just because do you have the broken earpiece?
It exploded.
It exploded.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, it like melted half her head.
Singed
just
some
my
hair, okay?
Yeah, whatever.
And
Potato.
I healed that damage, okay?
Oh my
Look
god.
at you guys! Private audience with 2 different kings in one campaign. Wow.
This is
See if you
not
can make
going
it
well.
3.
It's because
Well, the
I'm so
last one
great.
died after our audience with him, so.
Oh, let's see what
Sam,
happens
I
to
think it's
Talia.
time for you to zone the truth.
I want to get as many an audience with as many kings as possible. Is that
Bro,
another?
try casting in here. I dare you.
No. We will all die.
Fine, I'll build the battle map.
I'm out. Smoke bomb.
No, maybe the gods can jump in and help at this point. I mean, we already have Heimdall
God damn it.
swifting in.
Fucking
Maybe
bitch.
it's time for Thor to
Heimdall
jump
did
in
the
like
fucking
this
hokey pokey.
motherfucker.
Fucking hokey pokey.
It's because I only rolled a 15. I bet if I rolled like a nat 20, you would have been like, "What's up, bitches?"
Maybe.
What's up, bitches?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. And until next time, I usually kind of prepare these ahead of time lately, and I forgot. But yeah, this is my out.